Alrighty, welcome back everybody. I'm glad to see that you're still sticking around. It's still the Power Ranger Power Hour, as I would like to call it, because not only have we finished playing Lightspeed Rescue, but now we're jumping to Time Force. Actually, the sequential sequel to Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, because Lightspeed Rescue happened in 2000, if I remember correctly. 2001 was Power Rangers Time Force. So, what is Power Rangers Time Force in particular? So, if you watch the show, you know that our villains, Rancid, Gluto, Nadira, Frax, they are all fugitives of the year 3001 with our Time Force Rangers, of course. Actually going back into the past, as they, basically escaped prison and went back to the year 2001 to basically, wreak havoc. So it's up to our Time Force Rangers of the Yellow Ranger, Pink Ranger, Green Ranger, Blue Ranger, and our Red Ranger from the year 2001, who we'll be playing as, to save the day, save the time stream, basically, to ensure that the future stays good. So this game is actually very similar to Lightspeed Rescue in the fact of, movesets are relatively similar. But they also added some different things to it as well, like some special abilities that are associated to the different shoulder buttons. And you'll see that it's like if you thought Lightspeed Rescue was janky, Time Force is extremely janky. It's like, I would say that Time Force is worse than Lightspeed Rescue when it comes down to that part. But we're going to start a new game, and we don't actually need to change any of our settings because there's only one particular type of setting. There's only one type of difficulty, and we stick with this difficulty all throughout. And sometimes in some stages you'll see that we have some artifacts. We will not be gathering any artifacts because that will unlock the Chrono Ranger, which we are not doing it. That's a 100% run. And we're going to stick with the Red Ranger for this. And time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
I love being a Power Ranger.
And one of the great things with this game, like once again, we're on our first level, the Path to Silver Hills, is that, you just got to be very mindful of, your movement, because this game primarily is movement and platforming. So I'm trying to skip over what Circuit is saying, who is our owl, giving us a tutorial on things. And we're also going to be gathering these sand timers. And part of that is going to help us with this timer that you see at the top of the screen. And you're going to find out in a moment, well, what does this actually mean? What does this timer actually mean when it comes down to it? Well, you're going to find out in a short moment. And you can see that these smaller ones give us about 1 second. And we'll also just grab our invincibility. We're going to fight Brutus. And you can see sometimes that our monsters, they do these extra flips for no reason. And also we got speed shoes, so gotta go fast. And we're going to keep moving. We're going to just bypass these cyclobots. So these are the batlins of the game, these minions in particular. And our flip is actually a lot different. So we can actually do like a full, do a flip kind of thing. We're going to fight Barbatron now for our boss. And as you can see, the boss actually likes to flip and roll and do his thing. And, oh man, this boss is really not being nice right now. So we're going to try to get him to come back around just a little bit. There we go. And one thing is, because we had that extra time that's on the clock, we actually do get a bonus of extra life. So our health meter does go up if we are able to keep that time within the positive. And so that's what we want to do in these stages. And on to our Megazord Battle. Every stage has a Megazord Battle. We're going to be using Zord Mode Blue for this particular part. And I really have no other way to go about the Megazord battles. Sometimes I notice is that if the monster is already doing his attack animation, they're basically invincible. None of your hits will be going through. and I'm just trying to get as many hits as I possibly can. And for Zord Mode Blue, the special moves aren't that great. We do have to get our capsule at the end, and that will signify that we finish the stage and we go on to the next one. So another good perk of this game specifically is, well, we got tutorials. Now, tutorials actually help us out because they actually reveal to us what certain moves are and also things that are going to be important throughout these stages. So the first special move we get is a ground pound, which if you press R1, you get that. And we also have 2 charging stations. These blue charging stations will basically give us indefinite energy to refill, and the red ones will be temporary. So I'm gonna let this one go just as much as I possibly can, and then once it disappears, nope, not yet. And I'm gonna try quickly. Nope, I did not get it. I was gonna try to go for a lever skip, just so we can see that lever go down, and I could just skip over some of that stuff. And so we just finished the first stage. On to stage 2, Hostage of Time.
I love being a Power Ranger.
And yes, I love being a Power Ranger. And you're going to hear that a lot from every stage that we keep changing. And we're going to stick with the Red Ranger because he has the best skills, not only with his martial arts skills and strength, but he also has a pretty good defense when it comes down to it. So now Hostage Time. Time for the Wild Wild West. We got to get these chips to basically remove this force field. And just like in Lightspeed Rescue, we are trying to avoid as many fights as possible, hoping for a 0 cycle when it comes down to get into the raft that we need to get the second chip. And more likely, we've probably taken too many hits, and so that slowed us down because basically our Cyclobots disguised as cowboys can actually slow us down. And so I did miss 0 cycle, so on to first cycle. So we got that next chip to remove. We didn't get the chip yet. We did get a key, and we're gonna need that key in a moment. So we did. So the next chip is down. I'm gonna do a quick heal, just a little bit quick heal, which I'm not even on it. There we go. Good enough for me. So we're gonna keep moving. Wow, they are not letting me up. Come on. You're gonna hear that. Come on. So that definitely slowed us down, and I missed that. That was our trip back over, and so missed that completely. And there we go. So now we gotta go to the cemetery, like the graveyard, and we do have a mini boss that we have to fight there. So yes, even in this game, there are mini bosses we have to fight. And I don't have a lot of health left. Luckily, there is health as soon as I go into the crypt. And we're going to just basically use as much of our meter as possible. There we go. So not only did I get that chip, I did get that life that I needed. And I'm going to go to the red recharge station to get some charge and go from there. So I'm going to charge up to at least 3/4. And that'll get us enough as we get closer. So we do have 2 more chips to get, and then we can unlock that get rid of that force field. And gotta love playing on the PlayStation 1. We do have that good old slowdown. So gotta love the slowdown. You're gonna see that when we get to the Midnight Castle stage as well. Alrighty, 1 chip left. And then the force field will be down. And just to let, since we are going back into different parts of time, yeah, we got all these cowboys here. They are just Cyclobots. They are not any particular person in history, so we are not affecting the timeline, basically. So I took a full charge right there. And we are officially through. We can finally bypass that force field. We're going to get some extra sand timers from here, by which I missed a couple, but that's fine. And now we are going to we came all the way around here just to get rid of this wagon. So as we got that extremely large timer, which gives us a significant time boost, which is very helpful. Wow, they did not just want to let me go right there. And I'm also going to focus right here for a moment, because the big problem with this stage in particular is that if you fall off of any one of these roofs, you got to go all the way back to where that wagon is. So I'm going to focus for a moment. There we go. So we finally bypassed that. That last roof is actually extremely difficult and can mess you up. And I'm going to make sure I have a full charge here. We just saved the sheriff. And I'm going to try my best to keep Stormwing on this side. And I did not. So I got to use this. Oh wow, he is like, he can do a lot of damage. And I just messed that one up. And I'm going to go back and get a little bit more health. I'm gonna get my energy recharge right now, but as you see, he's still shooting out his supersonic scream, by which one hit from that will definitely kill me as soon as I go across the stage. Or I can just fall off. And there we go. And because I couldn't keep him on that other side, you know, he is generally it's a faster strat to keep him on the side that you're on, so you don't have to constantly do the ground pound right there. But that's fine. That can happen sometimes, and we just go with it. So now on the Zord mode blue again. So I think this will be the second to last time we see Zord mode blue. But the same properties apply here. As soon as the boss is doing his actual attack, we cannot really do anything. And I'm just trying to get as many hits in as possible. And I'm going to focus just a little bit on this part, because he is definitely not going down. And so even if you saw that, the disc went right through. So definitely with Zord mode blue, Zord mode blue has the worst specials, because it goes right through, and that just is a waste of time. Alrighty. Level 3. So we actually learn a couple things in level 3. Not only can we grab, but we also do learn one additional move, which can be very... no, let me rephrase that. We actually learn the grab, but which the grab we will never use. And also that in some stages we can actually push and destroy some of the blocks. So I'm going to stand right here so that the block can reappear, and we're going to destroy this one. Oh, wow. I thought I did pretty good on that one, but it could have been a little bit better. So now on to the next stage, and Peril of the High Sea. Don't forget, love being a Power Ranger. So next stage, I'm going to be pressing, not only going up and to the right, but I'm also going to be pressing square and X at the same time. Hopefully that I can get this full jump across to the top part of this platform. So this is a platform skip. Sadly, I could not get that. And that would have saved us at least 10 seconds. We could have been up here at around the 4-minute mark. And I got to go back because I just fell off that part completely. That is no bueno. One thing I'm going to do right now as well, I'm going to grab this life, because sometimes I will grab that life just for marathon purposes, just to play safe. And we do have a mini boss coming up, and we are going to get rid of that just by using that ground pound as much as we possibly can. Dorsalis. So with this stage, we are particularly just trying to get up to the tippy top. We got to fight this Barbatron or whatever his name is. Like a lot of these are like mute. Like in Time Force, a lot of the bad guys are mutants basically. Some of them are indeed robots. Like there's like little factions that are between them. Like Frax he usually has his robot army with him, or his Cyclobot army, and we're gonna skip that part because boy, that could be a pain in the butt. Like that can actually make us lose a lot of time right there. I'm also gonna get this recharge real quick. I'm gonna just use all of it, max it out, and we're gonna need that especially for the next part of the stage. So when we get to the boss in particular. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna wait a moment here and go to the tippy top. And as we go through the next part of the stages, my question for everybody is, well, what is your favorite Power Ranger? So I'm talking about any Power Ranger in particular. So if you have a favorite Power Ranger, throw it in the chat. Wow. Remember, you got to be more careful if you hear that. We're going to grab this invincibility, and we're going to hit this switch at the top, and we're going to go across. We're going to jump over this pirate right here, and they'll keep saying, I'll fight you, I'll fight you. Like they want to just constantly fight me. They want to throw hands. I got to realize I'm going to go up here. Whoop, messed that up. And if you don't like a shaky screen, it does happen a lot in this stage in particular, because of the bombs that are constantly going off. And it's time for our next boss battle. We're going to keep using our ground pound until we have nothing left. Oh, he has his own ground pound. And there we go. And that's how you defeat that boss relatively quickly. We're going to do a little spin move right there, which does nothing, just as great annoyance. And now we actually get Zord Mode Red. So in Power Rangers Time Force, there are a couple Megazords. We do have Zord Mode Red in particular with the Time Force Rangers, as well as Zord Mode Blue and Shadow Zord. Since we don't use the Quantum Ranger, we will not be seeing the Q-Rex Zord, nor is Battle Mode. I like how this boss just wants to do its flippy flips and rolls and spins, but once again, the one thing I try to do so I can get it out of that pattern is just by running away, going back, and then let it do a little taunt, and now it has a ground pound as well, and I just throw my hits in. And this is why I consider this game to be awful, because we can't even, it's really hard to get past some of these bosses because they just want to do their own thing. Like there's only like one boss I know that we can stun lock, which is Gluto. But our biggest problem is that like the other bosses, they don't stun lock as easily. They will purposely try to get defensive on you. They will, try to roll and try to hit you first. Like they take priority sometimes. Also, we get a new move. If you press L1, we get this tornado spin, which is one of the most broken moves you will see in this game. And I'm going to show you on this stage in particular why it is broken. And of course, in order to do that, we got to go to the dawn of time. So in the beginning, there was a Power Ranger that knew how to spin, and he spun to win. And also, I'm going to focus in a quick moment because we have some mandatory platforming to do. So focus time is going to start right now.
Gotta be more careful. Gotta be more careful.
Oh man. See, this is where this mandatory platform becomes a pain in the butt. I am constantly stuck in a loop now. Let's try this again. Oh man, let's try this again. So notice on a later stage, I'm going to be trying to get some extra lives and as much as I possibly can. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the mandatory platforming that this stage in particular has. Like, it eats up so much time. It's not even funny. I'm gonna use this just so I can get past some of these, get past some of them. I'm also gonna do this ground pound. I'm just gonna do a full charge. As you can see, mandatory platforming in this stage in particular is a pain in the butt, and it's time for more mandatory platforming. And wait for that brontosaurus, a stegosaurus, that's what it is, a stegosaurus. Make sure that stegosaurus actually appears. And we only have a little bit of mandatory platforming left. Man, gotta love this mandatory platforming. I'm probably about to be out of continues if I keep doing this. So, we're gonna spin the win on Nadira. We're gonna stop for a second. And there we go. That is our spin to win. So literally with Nadira, you can spin to win. And that actually saves us a little bit of time. And like, Nadira doesn't really pick a fight. So I'm happy about that. So that was not Atlantis, that was the Dawn of Time stage. And we're going to use Zord Mode Red for this particular battle. And Nadira just likes to pose and spin and roll and flip. That gets annoying really quick. I haven't really found anything that's really good with her, except using the special moves can be somewhat beneficial. A little shockwave move that helps us out. Took some of her health down just to save a little bit of time. And one thing is that we can't block. We can't block, we can't roll, we can't do any of that. This is not like, they can roll, they can flip, they can do all that. We just can't do it. So this is why I don't really like this game to an extent, but I like it because it's Power Rangers. As a speed run, it can be a pain in the butt. And you can lose a lot of time, especially on this stage. Like, Dawn of Time is the make or break. It is the actual make or break of the speed run itself. If you lose all your time on Dawn of Time, you can say you're out of time. So let me position myself. With R2, we get this blast move, and we're going to use it again just to get rid of them. And I don't even know the name of it, but that's totally fine. This works out as a range attack, and that actually helps us out. But we're only going to use it on maybe one stage in particular. So now on the Midnight Castle. And don't forget, I love being a Power Ranger. So on the Midnight Castle we go. And now we're going to face Gluto. So if you watch Time Ranger, Gluto is actually the main boss of that season in particular. So we're going to bypass these Cyclobot knights. And they'd be like, on guard, on guard. Whoops, there we go. We're going to jump down. We're going to get this key. And that, we're going to use that key to hit the lever so we can get this boat. And I'm going to try my best to skip over as many of these bad guys as possible. And I just found a drink. Oh, he fell off. So yes, even the bad guys can fall off the stage. That's what I'm trying to get at. Even the minions can fall off the stage and they will not appear again. However, as you saw with Nadira, if the boss falls off the stage, they will come back. Uh-oh, wait, where am I going? There we are. There I am. We're gonna go down the steps. We're gonna jump on this boat. And you're gonna actually see some of the bad guys actually try to hit us. They'll fall off the stage, which I actually do find funny. They're gonna keep trying to chase us, and it's kind of hilarious to see them kind of fall off here. And this is also the other stage where there is slowdown galore, and it's very interesting. Like, this game in particular has a ton of slowdown. But when you play Lightspeed Rescue, and I think about Rail Rescue in particular, there's not a lot of slowdown. So we did hit that switch. I'm going to try, hopefully I can beat, yep, we can beat the little flamethrowers that are at the bottom. And I'm going to focus here as well, because this is where we can lose not only a lot of time, but a fair amount of lives if this is not done correctly. And there we go. I'm going to do a full charge right now just to save us a little bit of time. And we're going to hit these little arrows right here so that they will basically take down the shields and basically lead us to fight in Gluto. So on to the next part. We're going to go to our next little area as well. We're going to let that go by. We're gonna jump for this one, and we just taken down the second shield. We have one more shield up. We gotta go against this moon shield, and I have more than enough time to run past that. Time for our mini boss though, Gargarus. So if you like to spin to win, this is how you do it. An automatic stun lock, and you can see how busted that actually is. So on to our final key, basically final shield that we need to break. We're going to take this catapult, fly ourselves right across the stage in particular, and then go for the last one. And we do have enough time. I'm going to go for a recharge from the infinite charger, from the blue charger, and that should help us out. So we're going to charge real quick. And let's do this. Time to go fight Gluto. Now with Gluto, my strategy really was originally using tornado spin just throughout, but one thing I did figure out as well is that I could do the ooh, I wonder what's up here. I never have gone up here. Maybe that, oh, never mind. Not worth it. Let's just fight Gluto. Let's just fight Gluto. I was thinking, was there extra life up there? But we're gonna use this ground pound as much as we possibly can. And there we go. So actually having a full health of ground pound actually was really nice there. And that move he was doing based like his little gas catapult, basically, that he's gonna pass gas and just slingshot himself across. That's where we can do our stun lock at. So hopefully we can get the stun lock here with Zord mode red. Fingers crossed. I don't know. We shall see what happens. Almost had it. We're just gonna use this just to get rid of them. Wow. Okay, let's go. There we go. Not a lot of time, no time saved whatsoever, but that's fine. Thanks for the good luck. I did see somebody put good luck in there. Thanks for the good luck. Really appreciate it. We actually are now going to get a couple upgrades to our moves as well. So our green fireball attack becomes a pure, true fireball attack. And hopefully I can do this in a good enough range. We're going to go across. Oh, too far. There we go. So we actually activated one torch as well. So this fireball attack actually, wow, it actually made it disappear. So the fireball attack that we use now is like at an arch, but it actually lights any torch that we are close by to with that radius, like that, basically a residual radius blast that it has. And also, I love being a Power Ranger.
I love being a Power Ranger.
And now we are at the Coliseum of Frax, where we are going to be using that mix of the fireball as well as the tornado spin. And we will probably not use that thunder punch again until the last stage. So I'm hoping for this to be a relative. We're going to use that ground pound one more time in this stage in particular. And I just did that by mistake. That was by mistake entirely. I actually did not mean to do that ground pound there. That ground pound is for, I want to do a ground pound later on because there are gladiators that will actually get in my way and cause a problem. And those are the two gladiators that can be a rather pain in the butt, and I don't want to deal with them. So as I played this game, it's just better to get rid of them completely. And I died. I did not realize I died right there. I am actually going to do a recharge. Use the recharge station here. We're going to use that recharge station, just get it up to half. And there'll be another recharge station later on that we can use just so we can get full health. But also we got these mosaic pieces that we need to get. So we need 5 more of them so that we can unlock the gate where Frax is hiding at. Wow, I just got kicked off to the bottom. Not cool, gladiator. So I actually think this stage is pretty linear for the most part, and I do notice that we are getting these. You're getting the mosaic pieces at particular points, and there's like enough charging stations to actually help you out when it comes down to it. And I'm actually going to get rid of this guy because he is going to mess me up. Like, I need enough charge so I can get... There we go. Just needed enough charge because we're going to fight Hornator. He got one punch in, but that's totally fine. And we're going to spin the win. We're going to grab that health just to play it safe. Oh, we got to unlock the gate as well. Almost forgot. Punch that lever to open the gate as it loads up. And now we need 3 more pieces. Okay, so we're going to try to run past them. Like, if they actually get you in a true stun lock with that, just all you got to do is just punch them. Like, use the ground pound to help you out. And we're going to get our second iteration of, actually third iteration of speed shoes here. So we're going to run, got to go fast. Hopefully we can zero cycle the flamethrowers here, hopefully. Oh, no we did not. Almost had a zero cycle. So 2 more pieces. 2 more pieces of this mosaic is left. And now it is time for mandatory platforming. And I'm not making that one. I'm not even going to try it. I don't know how many continues I have left, but I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to try to do this platforming as safely as I possibly can. And as you notice, the Ranger actually has, like, it gives off a little bit further distance with the jump. And sometimes you can get caught in a double jump, which could be a pain in the butt. Now that we're at full charge, there we go. We got the final piece. We got the second to last piece. We're going to do our ground pound here. And we're going to get to that final piece. We're going to grab some extra sand timers as well. And we've officially unlocked we found all 6 mosaic pieces, which in turn allows us to go into the Coliseum. We're going to grab that extra life as well as the invincibility. And as a reminder, you go to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. And I'm going to fight this guy because he could be a pain in the butt if you don't fight him. Because he'll try to chase you down during the actual during the actual fight with Frax. Nope, not yet. And we're gonna make a good distance across. We're gonna hit that lever. We're gonna jump down, and we're gonna go all the way back around so that we can unlock the lever, the second lever for this. And I'm thinking about fighting that guy. Yeah, let's just fight him because he also gets in the way. Because there's a box, like in case you run out of your meter. Basically, there is an infinite charger right here, and so we're gonna run out of meter later on as we fight Frax, and we're gonna need to get back across. So time to fight Frax. We're gonna use that tornado spin for the most part. Where is our boy? So we're making some good work of him. Oh, okay, gotta go around. So fingers crossed we don't get caught in this jump. Oh, we did it! First time. During my practice, I'm not gonna lie, there was many times where I got stuck on that ledge and I couldn't get off of it for 10, 15, 20 seconds, which definitely is a run killer. So back to him. We're gonna spin the win. If he would like to actually stand still. There we go. And we're gonna get some extended life here as our meter is actually going pretty far. Now, I found out with this boss in particular, with the Shadow Zord and with his fight, with Frax's Megazord fight, I kind of want to get him down first, or hopefully he doesn't do his attack first. Because that actually helps us out. So that he doesn't, because he'll try to do his attack, I'm going to do my attack. And we're just going to keep him at a distance as much as possible. And that's our last one. So now we got to fight him normally. We could generally take around half of his health. And the thing is, I'm sorry, my brain kind of drifted for a second. The thing with this boss in particular is that sometimes he will fight back, other times he'll get super aggressive. And as long as we don't see his lightning attack, which is like a full screen kind of thing, that could take away 90%, like a good chunk of your health if he lets off like 2 or 3 of them. So luckily he only let off 1, and that took a lot of damage from us. And we are officially done with the Coliseum of Frax. And we actually did save a little time on my timer in particular. We did save a little bit of time just from, not like successfully going up those set of boxes at the very end. And now we are on our final set of moves, which is the Thunder Punch. And we will only use the Thunder Punch one time in particular for one particular mini boss. And it's time to do the final mutation. And also, I love being a Power Ranger, don't you? So it's time for our final boss and our final level with now we're going to have 2 mini bosses instead of 3. So we're going to have 2 mini bosses and then a final boss. So we're now into the year 3001 or year 3000. I want to say 3001. I want to say that. I can't remember 100% off the top of my head. I want to say 3000. But this is where mandatory platforming comes into play 100% of the time. So when we get to the next part in particular, I am definitely going to be on focus time. So right now it is officially focus time, so I'll just say it like this. Those gears can actually knock me off. I gotta ensure that I don't miss a jump or get hit by a gear because it will fling me back. And sometimes I'm purposely waiting just to see these leave. So that was very successful. First ones were successful. Now we gotta be careful of over here. Nope. Okay, we're gonna wait for a second because we were not gonna be able to make that cycle. So that was part 1 of some mandatory platforming. It's time for part 2 of mandatory platforming. I want that extra life, I want that health, and I want that invincibility. No. Oh, the mandatory platformer. We made it so far to the very end. I'm gonna grab this extra life that's at the tippy top. I'm gonna grab that right now. And it's time to fight Nadira for the second time. I don't know what's going on. Hit the stairs. I'm gonna use this thunder punch right here to help us out. She'll fall off the stage, but then she'll respawn. We're gonna keep using that electricity right there, and we're gonna get her stuck in that animation. So I am gonna have to let her throw one hit at me just so I can grab this, and hopefully she goes to the center. Yes, she does. She'll fall off the stage, she'll come back, another thunder punch we do, and another ground pound as well. Oh no, she didn't go across. There we go. And as she goes all the way up, we have no meter left. We have no health left. So I'm gonna try to grab this health. I'm gonna grab this meter as I'm gonna grab this infinite meter as this infinite recharge station over here. And as soon as he gets close to us, we're gonna spin to win. So Beyblade, let it rip. And all I gotta do is hold the L1 button, and that's our spin to win right there. I'm gonna do one final recharge here as well, so then that we can, when we fight Rancic, all we're doing is spinning to win. We're gonna grab these additional sand timers right now, and it's time for us to fight Rancic. So final boss time. And there's our spin to win, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. So now it is time for our true final boss. It is Megazord time. So it's time to fight Rancic with the Shadow Zord. And one thing I will say right now is that we're going to use in our entire special meter, no matter what. The special meter has to be used so we can kind of get his health down to half. And we're going to try to get as close to him as possible. Okay, so our full meter is gone. Special meter is gone. We might take it might be a death here. We'll find out in a moment. And it's a death. Because once again, he has the same thing as Frax. That meter will, like that thunder special will do significant damage. And time is going to come up once the screen fades to black. So I'm going to focus for the last few hits. And time is going to happen once the screen goes black. So now it will officially be time now. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is Power Rangers Time Force for the PlayStation 1. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and more importantly, I would definitely say if you're interested in playing the game, I do know a little bit about it. I'm only the 4th place runner on SRC for it. So definitely, I personally like the Tokusatsu games, the Power Ranger games that are out, and I want to see more of these games played on Marathon. So definitely, I am a full proponent and full advocate of, like, I want to see more Tokusatsu games, so more Power Ranger games, Kamen Rider games, that stuff in these marathons. So if you're definitely interested in playing Time Force for PlayStation 1, I will love to play it, and I would love to see y'all play it. I would like to collaborate with some people, and more importantly, do some races as well with people with this game. So with that said, you can find me on Twitter at Proto_Sonic720. I'm on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/Proto_Sonic. As well, if you're interested in any Tokusatsu related or a Tokusatsu related podcast in particular, I run a podcast called That Other Toku Podcast with Crownless King OP, where we talk about Power Rangers, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Metal Hero, any Tokusatsu series that's around. And you can listen to that on any of your podcasting services. That's That Other Toku Podcast, and Twitter at That Toku. So with that said, I know I'm a little hungry right now, so I'm probably going to go get some Doritos. And speaking of Doritos, I think that's the next run that's coming up. So catch you guys next time.